Now we're going to look at example 5, 6, and 7. For example 5, we're given that the probability of x being greater than 410 is 0.0228, and we need to find the probability that z is greater than 2 or z is less than 2. So looking at the probability that x is greater than 410, greater than means we're looking at the right side of 410. So this shaded area in red is going to be 0.0228, the probability. So these are our x's on the graph. I'm going to label our z's so that we can see how they match up. So 410 corresponds to z is equal to 2. So using symmetry, if I look at -2 and I shade in this wing over here, this is also 0.0228. It's going to be the same because of symmetry. Now we're trying to find the probability that z is greater than 2 or z is less than -2. So to find that, since I know that z is equal to +2 corresponds to 410, and I know that z is -2 corresponds to 390, and we know those shaded areas, all I have to do to find the probability that z is greater than 2 or z is less than -2 is add up those two probabilities. So when I add up 0.0228 plus 0.0228, I'm going to get 0.0456. All right, let's look at example 6. In example 6, we're given the probability that x is less than 395 is 0.1587. So less than 395 is the shaded area here. So this area has a probability of 0.1587. We need to find the probability that z is greater than -1. Let's label our z's. Here are our x's. Our z's, z is equal to 0 corresponds to 400. So then we have 1 for 405, 2 for 410, 3 for 415, and then going in the other direction. So if I'm looking for the probability that z is greater than -1, here's -1 for z. So I'm looking at this area here. So to find that area, since I know the red area is 0.1587, to find the blue area, everything to the right of that, all I have to do is subtract from 1. So I know that the probability that z is greater than -1 is equal to 1 minus the red area, which is going to be 0.8413. For example 7, we have the probability that x is greater than 14 is 0.9772. So here's 14. Everything greater than that, which is the majority of the graph. So everything shaded to the right. This whole area is 0.9772. The question says, find the probability that z is greater than 2. So let's label our z's. So here's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's -1, -2, -3, -4. We can find this probability here by subtracting from 1. So if I take 1 minus 0.9772, that will give me that little shaded blue area there. So that's going to give me 0.0228. So that's this blue shaded area here. We need to find the probability that z is greater than 2. This blue area here is the probability that z is less than negative 2. So if I want to find z is greater than positive 2, that's this area over here. Everything shaded to the right of z is 2. But by symmetry, these two values should be the same. So the probability that z is greater than 2 is 0.0228.